You know the exact feeling. You're telling a story and you've suddenly hit a mental wall. You're looking for a specific name or a common term, and it absolutely refuses to materialize. The strangest part of this block is what your brain actually provides. You might know the word starts with a P. You might know it has exactly 3 syllables. You can almost feel its physical shape, but you just cannot say it. Psychologists call this an active void. It is a mental space occupied by the ghost of the target word, a phantom presence that pulls your attention toward it and creates a physical sensation of cognitive tingling. Which raises an interesting mechanical question. If you are absolutely certain this piece of information is permanently stored in your long-term memory, what exactly is happening inside your brain to block your access to it? This frustrating glitch reveals that human memory does not work like a simple digital hard drive where you casually open a file. Retrieving a word is an active, mechanical process, and it is highly vulnerable to failure. To understand the failure, we have to look at the brain as a complex, multi-stage retrieval system. Pulling a single word from your vocabulary requires several different neural departments coordinating their efforts in real time. The moment you realize a word is missing, your brain deploys a search party. The anterior cingulate cortex, a region responsible for monitoring errors, flags the problem. Immediately, the prefrontal cortex initiates a strategic, focused search. The search targets the left temporal lobe, specifically Wernicke's area, a department dedicated to processing meaning. Here, you achieve half success. Your brain successfully recognizes the abstract concept and confirms the identity of the object you want to reference, but the process stalls right before actual speech. This stall proves that possessing the meaning of a word is neurologically distinct from possessing its physical sound. Knowing exactly what something is does not mean your brain knows how to say it. To translate the concept, the signal travels from the meaning center to the left frontal lobe's Broca's area, which assembles phonetic sounds. But this bridge is the exact point of mechanical failure. The associative link is temporarily weak, and the connection flickers and breaks. The immediate consequence is a total breakdown in translation. The abstract concept fails to convert into executable audio, leaving your desired word physically trapped in transit. To make matters worse, your brain actively sabotages its own recovery. Desperate to fill the broken gap, it begins generating interference by throwing out imposter words. These imposter words often share a similar sound, the same first letter, or a related meaning. They flood the broken pipeline, acting as physical roadblocks that further jam the coordination between your temporal and frontal lobes. The tip of the tongue state is essentially a localized neural traffic jam. Your brain suffocates its own correct signal under a heavy flood of noisy, incorrect alternatives. This specific neural disconnect occurs more frequently as we age. Over time, the physical pathways required to execute this real-time word recall naturally begin to atrophy, making these stalled signals much more common. But physical aging is not the only variable. Bilingual and multilingual individuals also experience this phenomenon at a surprisingly high rate. A multilingual brain must constantly navigate incredibly dense, overlapping networks of meaning and sound. With multiple phonetic translations available for a single concept, the mathematical probability of a routing error naturally increases. Whether you speak one language or 4, this daily glitch shatters the illusion that our minds function like perfectly indexed digital databases. Spoken language is a delicate, real-time physical reconstruction process. Every word relies on a precarious relay race of electrical signals firing across different physical regions of your anatomy in perfect sequence. The tip of the tongue state exposes the fragility of the bridge between a human thought and a spoken word, marking the exact point where a complex physical process momentarily breaks down.